Do cosmetic products have shelf life? Well, of course they do. Typically, a cosmetic product is going to have at least 1 year shelf life. Some longer, some shorter, depending on the nature of the product itself. An example of a product that could have some shorter shelf life would be a nail glue. Nail glues can harden in their tubes after 6 months. Depending on how they're stored. They're stored in a warm location in the sunlight. That's going to accelerate the loss of their shelf life, so they'll harden more quickly. But if they're stored in a proper location, a cool, dry location, out of direct sunlight, especially out of direct sunlight and away from any sources of heat, that's going to keep the product in a condition where it's not going to age rapidly and you'll extend the shelf life. So it's important to look at how you're storing your products, and it's important to understand that if in your window, that's going to cause the shelf life to be shortened. Now, there are some products that have longer shelf lives. Artificial nail powder is an example. They can have shelf lives up to 3 years if properly stored. Nail monomers themselves and UV gels typically have at least a year, sometimes a year and a half shelf life, maybe more depending on the manufacturer of the formula, and again how they're stored. You can look on the bottle, there'll be something called a batch code, which is usually either etched into the bottle or the container or inked on. If you take that number down and call the company, give them that number, they can tell you when that product was made, which is important. Because sometimes if you're buying in bulk, you may buy a 6 month supply thinking we have a year shelf life, but that product might have sat in the warehouse for 6 months before you purchase it. So you might only have a 6 month shelf life when that product is going to be at its ultimate freshness. So make sure if you are buying in bulk, which I recommend, I think buying in bulk is a great way to save money, and nail professionals can certainly benefit from this. But if you are going to buy in bulk, I recommend you don't buy more than 6 months worth of product. And when you get new product in, use the old product at first before you start using your new product. Just the rotation of your stock is a great way to ensure freshness. You can't always look at a product and tell whether it's lost its shelf life, but sometimes you can. I gave an example before of the nail glue hardening in the container. Monomers themselves can also begin to gel up inside the container or become, or maybe not set up as quickly. Use the powder, they don't set up properly. That would be another example of something could happen as a shelf life is lost. Lotions, hand lotions, creams can separate into 2 phases or develop a strange odor. Nail polish can fade or shift in colors, or it might become clumpy and difficult to apply. So when you start seeing these kind of symptoms, or the product's not actually working in the manner that it was designed, you might want to suspect that maybe it's not been properly stored, and you can talk to the manufacturer and get more information, as I said, by providing the batch code or on the bottle or somewhere on the package for them to do that research for you.